I noticed they don't have the games tab anymore. That's pretty funny. Yeah, they don't have the games tab anymore? Wow. I guess that failed. Guess that failed big time. Guys, shout out to the Blue Foundation jumping on in. Shout out to the Green Giants. Shout out to the Ledger Citizens. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to the Green Giants, Blue Foundation. Welcome, welcome. Second stream of the day. Already 16 likes jumping on in. Holy cow, man. The bullishness, the excitement. I appreciate it, you guys. Much love to all of y'all. Guys, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a pro trader, and I'll never tell you what to do. I am always wrong, but the Blue Foundation is always right. This is the worst show with the best community, and I'm so grateful to the best community already hitting 17 likes to start off this stream. Shout out to all of y'all. Got El Prey, round 2 salute. Let's go. JF Remix in the house. Angus Scrim in the house. My JR in the house. JF Remix, good to see you. Was my comment removed by the algorithm because I was providing a link as a gray, or did one of you fine gentlemen erase it? He was right all along. That's an interesting thing, man. Sometimes grays, their links don't show up in chats. That's for sure. Sometimes that happens to grays. I don't know if that's a YouTube thing, but that happens to me when I'm grays on other people's chats and I try to drop a link. So it could be because you're a gray. He was right all along. Great, powerful Patsy. Latest piece on TIBBIR is out. Whether you're already in or still trying to understand the AI agent thesis, this one's worth reading. Secondly, I nominate he was right all along for a wrench. There you go. I second, yeah, all the Patsy accounts coming out for he was right all along getting a wrench. Well, thanks, fellas. Thanks for the guy. He's talking to himself over here. I could use a wrench too. Delusions of grandeur. Dude, he's collecting up all the wrenches, this guy. I identify as XRP. Shout out to everybody. Madness to start off the chat. CT in the house. Tim Shea in the house. Silver Days in the house. Mix in the house. Double tapping the screen hits the like. I appreciate that. Much love to everybody here. Shout out to everybody. Afternoon stream in full effect. Already 20 likes, 2 minutes in. Holy cow. Fly Kiwi jumping on in. We start off with 20 likes. Those notifications are going out to some of our subscribers, that's for sure. So grateful for everybody jumping on in. Once again, you know, deep reds aplenty. We got TIBBIR at 8 cents. We got a green frog at 8 cents, man. May go to 6, may go to 7. They're going to liquidate me first, right? That's what pretty sure they're going to try to do, is liquidate my position at 6 cents, right? And then they'll pump it to 60 cents in a matter of a day, right? It'll come out of stealth that day. OpenAI will announce that they're using TIBBIR for their agentic layer permission, right? It's just how it's going to go down. Oh my gosh. Can't get my notepad steady for crap right now. I'm trying to... There we go. That looks good. All right. So deep red of the day, though, looking like it's XX Network at 006. Unbelievable price for XX Network. Can't believe they would even take it down this low for XX Network. Privacy, you know, privacy king, in my opinion, you know, meshes the metadata. You got a lot of other post-quantum resistant cryptos that are worth being in that, you know, in that basket as well. QRL for quantum resistant ledger. You got XX Network at 006. You got Able at what? What's Able at? 9 cents, 225 million supply. You got Naoris, right, for post-quantum resistant technology for machine-to-machine verification identity, right? Let's effing go. Let's go, JF Remix. Dude, are we bullish for stream 2 or what? Right? We're coming back at it during the bear times. We got tigers showing on up here. Let's freaking go. Right? We're here for all the zeros, Tim Shea. All the zeros if we can. Let's go. Tim hit the likes. Let's go. Hustle Hard Crypto in the house. Good to see you. Good to see everybody. All the usual suspects jumping on in. This show doesn't come close to its community. Yeah, whatsoever, man. Worst show, best community. Right? Tim Shea Crypto in the house. Shout out to you. Guys, appreciate the support as always, man. It means the world to have the Blue Foundation coming on in and supporting the show and supporting what we're doing here. Means the world. You know, we just try to keep it crypto, try to talk about as many cryptos as we can, at least the quality cryptos that we have here with the Blue Foundation. You know, some new cryptos that always come to light as well. You know, we try to keep it quality if we can, or at least utility-based type of infrastructure-based digital asset projects. You know, trying to fill up every layer of that Internet of Value stack. There's about 10 layers, right? You got the settlement layer, the identity layer, the governance layer, the compliance layer, the privacy layer, right? You got interoperability layer, you got compute layer, right? These layers are necessary, and we're trying to find the cryptos that best fit the storage layer, right? We're trying to find the cryptos that best fit these layers. You got application layer as well, right? But at the top right there is the settlement layer that's going to draw the most value. Identity is going to definitely draw a ton of value, right? Identity, infrastructure, digital assets, and tokens are going to be ones to definitely draw a lot of value and utility day in and day out, right? In the future, you are the payment. So if you are the payment in the future, identity tokens are definitely being used. WLD and TIBBIR looking like they're leading in that pack, right? Naoris looking like it's leading in the identity for machines, right? So you got machine identity, you got agentic identity, you got human identity, right? You're going to need all these identity layers filled out without a doubt. We got the eye of the tiger. Tim Shea, guys, we're bringing in the bullishness in the afternoon here on the Wednesday. Grab a drink, grab a smoke, grab some food, grab a couch, grab something. We're jumping into another episode here, man. What cryptos are we looking out for here? What cryptos did we spend our coffee money on today? Guys, shout out to everybody here. Layer Zero. Holy crap, man. Layer Zero. We saw this thing at a what? $1.30? $1.20. Layer Zero getting some love from the DTCC. Why am I not hearing from all the Canton fans, right? Where are the Canton fans at right now? Where are the Canton fans at? Where are the CC fans? Why aren't they talking about ZRO? If you're so obsessed with what the DTCC says they're using and what they're involved with, where's the love for ZRO right now in Layer Zero? What did I tell you guys before? DTCC has got their hands in a lot of crypto projects, right? XRP being one of them, Canton looking like it's definitely one of them, and now ZRO, right? Ethereum is another one of them. Avalanche is another one of them, right? DTCC is not only just choosing one blockchain to use. Sorry to say it, right? I bought VeChain more earlier. Yeah, VeChain, dude, VET, without a doubt. TIBBIR is the most asymmetric bet in crypto stocks and the world in general. Gotta love it, Patsy. Gotta love the passion, man. Respect. Fly Kiwi in the house. Let's go. Bloopity bloop in the house. Let's go. Hey, by the way, Patsy, I don't know if you saw it, man. I don't know if you saw the frog symbolism in the Super Bowl, man, but there were a couple of frogs. One in the commercial and one in the halftime show, right? On the screen, there was like a, you know, as Bad Bunny was performing, they just randomly shown like a green frog or green lizard right on the freaking screen. You know, gotta love those lizard overlords watching. But yeah, you got to see the green frog, right? Symbolism throughout there too, man. It's not stopping, man. Frogs are part of the gateway, right? Dragons protect treasures. Frogs are associated with gateways. You know, it's a tale as old as time, man. It's in the lore. It's in the lore, right? What's up, Fly Kiwi? Shout out to everybody. Guys, your support means the world to you guys. I'm so grateful. We're trying to work on the merch store. We're going to try to get some deep red, you know, merchandise out there if we can. You know, I know nobody's like, you know, chomping at the bit for it, but, you know, we'll try to get that up and running when we can, when we have more time. And I appreciate everybody's support to the channel. Thanks for hitting start earning Bitcoin on your EMBER apps. If you guys don't have the EMBER app, our referral code helps you earn extra Satoshis when you download the EMBER app. And it's easy to skip the ad. You watch an ad a day to earn Bitcoin, right? Every 24 hours. You hit, once the 24 hours are up, you hit start earning Bitcoin, or when you're starting, you hit start earning Bitcoin, an ad pops up. You don't even have to watch the ad. You just close the ad, close the program, go back into the app, hit start earning Bitcoin, and then bam, no ad to watch. In 20 seconds or so, you're already earning Bitcoin. Don't even have to think about it for the rest of the day. And those Satoshis are going to matter, man. Hell, the Satoshis are cheap right now, right? The Satoshis are freaking cheap right now, right? You know, if people believe Bitcoin's going to go to 1 million or 100K again or 200K, right? We got to check out TX, right? TX looking like a big thing here, AM Wood, right? The merger of Sologenic and Corium, you got to love that, right? TX. OpenAI TIBBIR partnership under NDA. Check the latest article on X. There you go. OpenAI is coming, man. WLD and TIBBIR are going to be the kings of the freaking identity layers for sure. Oh, yeah, and in the description below, we have our wallets as well. And wait a second. This is getting a little... What's that smell? Oh, mix, dude. That was sneaky, man. That was a sneaky 99-cent little poop drop right there. Oh, man. I think that one was like one of those little, like, you know, there were no cheeks that it had to go through, no flapping, nothing like that. It was just like, it was just air that came out, dude. It was stinky, though, man. Watch out, man. Watch out, bro. That was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. That stung the nostrils a bit. What happens to Pulsara? What happens to Pulsara? What does that mean for Pulsara? Right? What's going on with this TX stuff, and what does that mean for Pulsara exactly, man? Pulsara is still in the double zeros. Pulsara is still a low market cap. How is Pulsara going to be involved with, you know, how is Pulsara going to be involved with, with TX, right? Is there any involvement? Exactly. He uses that stuff. He freaking stakes Corium. He freaking utilizes Sara. Like, I mean, what's going on? Dude, I'm in the car here. I got to crack open a window because of that freaking little dookie you dropped right there, Mix. I got to drop, you know, I got to freaking get some air out of this little crack in my window for the dookie. Was that a little frog fart, man? Was that a little TIBBIR fart right there, dude? We got TIBBIR at 8 cents, 1 billion supply, one of the best deep reds that's out there right now. You got XX Network at 006, Privacy Focus King right here, David Chom. Right? You got Tau BitTensor at 147 bucks, 20 million supply. Hey guys, you got Ninja Turtles pizza places coming out soon, right? As a push for is TX out now? I don't think TX has been airdropped just yet. They just announced the merger, I think. I haven't got to look into it ever since earlier today, but we just found out about it today. I'm basically on the same level as everybody right now in terms of info with TX. A lot of people are bearish on it. A lot of people are bullish on it, right? Seems like we got a new token to look forward to, and Solo and Corium are combining forces here. Does that mean there's no utility in the XRPL whatsoever? Does that mean every freaking project that builds on the XRPL just fails, right? Where can we get the TX coin question? Does Sologenic and Corium change into TX? Yeah, I think it becomes I think you get airdropped 1.5 or whatever per Solo, and then 1-to-1 per Corium. Right? Solana to $1,000. Papa, I agree, man. We've been, dude, we released a Deep Reds video a long time ago, right? We released a, what's it called? A deep dive on Solana back in 2018, 2019, when, dude, we talked about Solana since it was at $1, $2. We did a deep dive video when it was at $14, saying still nobody is talking about Solana. Still nobody knows about Solana, right? And then now, look at it. Look where it's at, dude. Right now, people getting bearish, man. We're going into the year of the sun, and I think Solana is going to still kick some butt, man. You got R3 onboarding it. You got a lot of freaking tokenization happening on Solana, right? You got AI agents on Solana, right? So I think Solana is definitely going to be doing some things, Papa, without a doubt. What got me is the staked 4.26% return. What do you mean, what got you? Like the Solana? The staking rewards? The only thing with Solana that there's two things with Solana that, I'm bullish, obviously. I'm excited because of the great kid connections and a lot of things that they got going on for them. And once again, we've been in for a while. But one of the things that kind of makes me bearish for future is, the consistency of the platform, and then, of course, or, how long it can continue to run before it stops, right? Stuff like that. But also, it's inflationary, right? Not digging that it's an inflationary asset, right? Do not want Solana. Absolutely, staking his money. Dude, yeah, that's why we say thank you for hitting start earning Bitcoin on the EMBER apps, because, hell, you don't even have to do anything. You just hit start earning Bitcoin. You start earning Satoshis passively. It's all about making your digital assets work on top of each other, right? So if you have, if you have Ethereum, if you have Solana, you even have XRP right now. I mean, you could do DeFi with XRP. You can do DeFi with XLM. You can do DeFi with Atom token, right? It's making our cryptos build up staking rewards during these bear cycles so we can cash out those staking rewards during the bull cycles. We can cash out our staking rewards, get our initial and then some just from staking rewards alone, and not even have to think about touching our staked assets, right? Just keep them cranking out passive income. You can get 4.6 returns on USDC, yeah, and that's more stable, right? Yeah, there's better returns on some other digital assets, in terms of staking rewards, without a doubt. Pulsar is 8+%. Bond market's crashing. Once government can't pay back their loans, the banks will pile in. Yep, let's go. Let's go. The banks got to get back. Dude, banks got to still do digital gold, right? Banks still got to freaking make a gold-backed system happen. However, they're going to freaking be making that happen. Staking rewards are a tax nightmare in Canada anyway. I mean, yeah, dude, we need to figure out regulatory clarity for all this stuff with staking anyways. But, dude, I'm staking Rose. I'm staking, Solana, staking Tezos, staking, anything that it has a freaking staking eligibility. I'm staking it, man. HBAR, right? Algorand, right? ADA, right? You name it, dude. We got to put it to work. Can't just have it staying stagnant. Patsy, you'll have the IRS soon enough. Oh, man. But, guys, deep reds aplenty, accumulating. Guys, I don't know how we went from like 20 plus likes to 15 likes. You got to love the algorithm, man, and how it messes with our numbers. Dude, we went from like 30 viewers to just 9 within like seconds. I don't know how. Dude, Patsy, I don't know what bots you're using to inflate our numbers, man, but it gets wacky over here. No, yeah, exactly. It's amazing, man. It's amazing. Dude, I think only like maybe 3 people really watch this channel. And then outside of those 3 people, it's like all Patsy bots. It's all Patsy bots. You got XYO at 004. You got Sandbox token at 8 cents. Right? I'm still stacking. Damn right we're still stacking, Scott. Dude, this is what this channel's about, man. We're tigers buying freaking deep reds. We are not losing sight of the opportunities that we have in front of us with XX at 006, SGB at 001. SGB Songbird is on the verge of being triple zeros. RSR is on the verge of being a 000 crypto. You have SHX at 005 stacking up blue bricks to make a blue castle without a doubt. You got freaking Tau BitTensor at 147, less than 150 bucks for 20 million supply. Dude, people who invested in Tau BitTensor at 400 bucks, 300 bucks are freaking crying right now while we're freaking accumulating a little bit more, just a little bit more. Coffee money, day in, day out. Always having ammunition in the chest, always bullish, always knowing that these robots, these AI need digital assets. They need this lifeblood, right? Whatever digital assets they're going to use, we're going to freaking be owning it without a doubt. Yeah, Heart is an awesome crypto as well, man. Heart has to deal with humans and AI, right? WLD, proof of human. All this stuff is going to be relevant. AI agent stuff. AI tokenized rev share with AI agents. This is why we like Regent as an early days one, because, hell, man, AI agents are taking over, man. They're coming in. They're coming in whether we like it or not. SHX was almost 3 cents not too long ago. Damn. Yeah, can't wait for it to go back to that. Can't wait for it to go back. Dude, SHX can go to a penny overnight, like very easily, right? So I'm not worried about SHX recovering from 005. I'm not worried about any of these cryptos and their recovery. The crypto market can turn around in a day. It could turn around in 2 days. Right? They can flip this switch whenever they want. They could turn it bullish. They can give us relief rallies whenever they want. They have us in their grasp. When you dump it this far down and you have this many people panic selling and freaking worrying and crying and all that type of stuff, you have them by the balls at this point. When you give them one single green candle, they're going to freaking celebrate and get so damn excited. You already got so many people riding on emotions, man. Yeah, we not scared, period. Exactly, JF. Exactly, man. Have a spot XRP at 98 cents. Nice little spot buy. Good stuff, Big Tag. Good stuff. Guys, appreciating all the new grays coming on in. Hopefully you guys stick around. Hopefully you guys subscribe. And to any members to the channel, if you sign up for a membership for the channel, you can ask as many questions as you want in the chat. If you're a gray or a blue wrench and you got a question, you got a crypto you want me to look into and study or give an opinion on, or the Blue Foundation to give an opinion on, just a nice little donation super chat certainly helps us get to a studio, helps us get a mic, helps us share a screen, helps us get StreamYard, helps us multicast. We got big goals here in 2026. We've been doing this for 9 years, and we're trying to get to 6K subscribers as quickly as freaking possible. You look so broke, right? Don't I look so broke? Don't I look so broke? But yet I'm just cranking out like crypto info, like just relentlessly over here, man. Like, let's not look broke. How about we don't look broke? How about we get into a studio? How about we're able to multicast? How about we're able to do StreamYard, right? I appreciate you noticing, my man. I don't even know how to pronounce your name, but thanks, dude. Thanks for that comment. That's the comment of the day. You look so broke. I love that, bro. I love that. I love that. I appreciate that sentiment, dude. You know, trolls try to come on here, or, you know, people try to badmouth, but we just keep it good vibes and good times all the time, right? How about we get an English name? There we go. Your bot's bot, huh? Consensus on when the possible ZERP dip happens. I mean, hey, it's got to, we're thinking maybe before the fire horse year, but maybe, hey, fire horse year comes in, doesn't start off hot, starts off with a big tank, right? Big dump, big black swan catalyst, right? We're kind of waiting for the black swan event, if there is one, right? But hell, they've been dumping, right? So when's this black swan going to happen? Is it going to happen in the Chinese New Year? Is it going to happen in the year of the horse, right? Coming up after February 17th, right? The annular solar eclipse happening. Looks like we're still stuck in 2025 up until then. Known Templar Day, Friday the 13th, perhaps. Yeah, perhaps, Marcus. Shout out to Marcus G, by the way. Good seeing you, man. I'm celebrating. I sold my lithium plus 80K today. Ooh. Nice, Papa. Dude, Papa making some bags today. Shout out to you, man. I can't take anybody seriously who spells their name with squiggles. I think it will be that eclipse. Yeah, man. I mean, hey, you know, whether it's after or before, it looks like a black swan is pending. It looks like a, you know, one last major red candle followed by a wick, and just up and up and up from there is coming. And dude, I mean, how is it not happen? Like, what's that going to take XX Network to? Is XX Network going to go to triple zeros? Is XX Network going to go to like 003, 002, 001? Right? Is XRP going to be going to 50 cents again? Right? Is Dragon Chain going to go to 002? Like, holy crap, man. You know, this is why we love to chip away and just stay even keel like a freaking ninja, just chipping away with coffee money day in, day out, right? Yeah, XX Club Millie, that's actually achievable. That is actually achievable, AM Wood. Can you stake XRP? You can make XRP work for you. You could do FXRP through the Flare Finance, or not Flare Finance, through Flare. Right, you could do FXRP. I think there's a lot of hoops to jump through. I do Doppler Finance with my XRP, but just some of it, right? I just make some of my XRP work for me because I don't want to put all my XRP on any of these platforms. I want to keep my XRP, my blue chips, in cold storage, right? But any XRP that I have trying to make some passive income for myself, I don't mind earning drops of it, right? Since people are going to be working for drops in the future, right? I don't mind staking and earning drops of XRP every week. I have Coinbase. It's Doppler Finance. You cannot stake XRP on Coinbase. You do it through the Garin wallet, right? GARIN wallet, and then you access Doppler, Doppler Finance, and then you could stake your XRP that way. But once again, I'm not doing it with a ton of XRP, just doing it with a little bit to make some extra drops work for me. Stack up those drops before XRP gets to a high price, and then I could cash out those drops. I don't even have to cash out my XRP. I mean, that's the way of the future right there, right? Can't be I'm not selling any of my XRP in this bull cycle, man. I'm selling some of these other cryptos in my tradal portfolio. We got a tradal portfolio, got a hodl portfolio, right? I ain't going to be selling any of that. Ain't going to be selling any of my blue chips, man. I'm not selling any of my blue bricks either. FTX has got a long road to go. Not your preferred partner. Not sleeping on that fact, right? People are going to be rushing to be cashing out their XRP, SHX, XLM. Dude, people are going to be rushing once they start seeing some big gains, right, to cash out. They're going to buy out. They're going to buy you out of a lot of these tokens. And you're going to think it's expensive that they're paying for it. But to them, it's cheap, especially 6 or 7 years after they just bought it from you, when it's at like thousands of dollars and you sold it at 100, right? You sold it at $70, right? Good for you, but sorry, man. Now they got all the tools. You're not going to get that same amount of supply again. Been staking FLR on Bifrost for ages now. Same, man. Just stacking it up. Just stacking up Flare. Dude, SGB's almost at triple zeros. FLR's at less than a penny. What are they doing? They don't know what they're doing. Have to take profits someday, dog. Dude, that's why we have a tradal portfolio and a hodl portfolio. But I don't have to take profits of cryptos that are making money for me, right? If XRP is going to be cranking out passive income, if Atom is going to be cranking out passive income during this bear cycle, if Osmosis Zone is going to be cranking out passive income during this bear cycle, if Tezos is going to be cranking out passive income during this bear cycle, if HBAR is going to be cranking out passive income during this bear cycle, if Algorand is going to be cranking out staking rewards for me during this during this bear cycle, if FLR is going to be cranking out delegating rewards for me during this bear cycle, if Zahao is going to be cranking out delegating rewards for me during this bear cycle, I'm going to be taking advantage of selling my rewards and not having to worry about freaking cashing out my blue chips, man. I know what I hold. I don't know if you guys know what you hold, but some people, I freaking know. We know what's going down, man. Give me a second, guys. I got stuff going on outside the car here. Give me one moment. Anybody able to get one of those Brad Side t-shirts? So yeah, we have a hodl portfolio of all of our blue chips, and then we have our tradal portfolio of digital assets that we are going to for sure be taking profits of in the bull cycle, right? But we're not giving them the freaking really valuable utility cryptos. Hell no. Hell no, dude. I got goals with those cryptos. I got my sights set a lot higher than what people are going to be accepting, right? Shout out to you, JF Remix. Appreciate it, man. Guys, if we can hit the like on JF Remix donation there. Thanks for the $5 donation, bro. Thanks for keeping the donation train going. Mix, starting it off with a little dookie, right? We're almost to 20 likes again, right? We were at 20 likes to start off the stream, and then somehow the algorithm took it down to like, what, 14 likes? That's how it goes. I buy Solana once a month, $1,200 worth regardless the price. There you go. Hey, man, everybody's got their own strategy. Everybody keeps it even keel, Everybody invests with more than they, everybody's investing what they can afford to lose and not with more than they can afford to lose. Everybody in here is a freaking tiger and a ninja, right? We never overinvest. We always have ammunition left in the tank. That's why we're here celebrating during the deep reds while everybody else is going to other channels, panicking, blaming each other, pointing fingers, right? We're here going, hey, what's our deep red today that we're accumulating? And today it's 006XX freaking network. My gosh. 001 SGB, 005 SHX, right? 004 XYO. TIBBIR at 8 cents. Always got dry powder, right? For the next human extinction event. Exactly, Scott. Are you a sheep or a wolf? Dude, a tiger does not regard himself with the insults of sheep, right? A tiger does what a tiger does and pounces on deep red opportunities, right? We don't have time for the sheeple, right? We don't have time for sheeple. We're looking for deep reds. Velo's been waving its arms going, hey, I'm over here. Hello. I'm at a deep red value. I'm not an American crypto. I'm not a Nacha preferred partner for the ISO 20022 experience, but here I am. I'm part of the XLM, ecosystem, right? For some reason, people rather choose me than SHX Blue Bricks at 005, but it is what it is. You know, people just want to scoop up whatever's in that XLM ecosystem that says they're the Ripple of Asia. When Ripple already has a presence in Asia, when SHX already has a presence in Asia, when XLM already has a presence in Asia. But hey, Velo, you know what? 003, 002, right? I mean, dude, that's tremendous value. Got, can't be, in terms of like, our $5, going a long way right there. We can get thousands of those. And then, Velo's got a lot to prove to us. We have nothing to prove to Velo, right? So I'll get a $5 Velo, $5 to Velo, get thousands, have it prove itself to me. If you're the freaking Ripple of Asia, then freaking start going to $3, buddy. Start going to $3. ITC now is premium treasury accounts. Nice. Black Swan Capitalist endorses Velo. Nice. I don't know who he is. I don't really know too many talking heads. I just look at charts. I just look at the quality of the project. I like that Jed McCaleb was an advisor, but hey, sometimes being an advisor ain't the whole thing, man. It ain't the whole story. It doesn't mean your crypto is a success. There's some cryptos that weren't successes that had big names as advisors, right? So it's more than just the advisors. The actual utility, what's it actually bringing? What can it do that no other blockchain project can do? What does it have access to that no other blockchain projects has access to? Right? And Velo right now, hell, man, while it's in the deep reds, I don't mind scooping some up for cheap, man. Like, I don't want to overinvest in Velo at all, right? I like it as a volatility play, though. I like the volatility that Velo brings. So, but once again, it's not a USA crypto. If they're going to be taxing USA gain or, non-USA gains, I don't mind just having XLM, XRP, and SHX. Just give me the USA, cryptos. Give me those USA cryptos, right? Give me USA cryptos all the way every day. Give me Rose, give me HBAR, give me Algorand. Dude, there's enough cryptos in the USA that are worth, looking in for the portfolio, in my opinion. XPX is one of those cryptos that has a USA presence and is big in Singapore, right? No, I've heard of Black Swan Catalyst, dude. I've heard of him before, but I just don't really, I don't know too much about who he is. G, in your research time, look at token bot. Yeah, we have Clanker on the list, 50 Cent. I haven't looked into him too much. Clanker is very interesting because they're connected with Banker Coin, BANKR, and they're both very heavily connected, it looks like, with Multbook and what OpenClaw is doing, right? That whole AI social media type of thing. So Clanker looking pretty interesting there, without a doubt, 50 Cent. Shout out to everybody. Oh, he was right, was asking, what's Black Swan Catalyst or Capitalist? Yeah, been in and out of Clanker, Banker, and Multbook. I mean, dude, Amazon seems to like Multbook, man. I think Multbook came out during an interesting time during this bear cycle. It got a nice pump, came back, went right back down, right? So, yeah, BANKR is interesting because it's in the triple zeros right now. BANKR has got an interesting following. BANKR is not one to sleep on. I like it as a 000 play. I just hate that we kind of missed the boat on it. We've known about it for some time, actually. We talked about it back in the day in the deep reds over the summer, right? And then just kind of stopped talking about it. And now look at BANKR, right? The FOMO app. Let's go. Dude, MDT, measurable data token, doing some interesting thing with their applications and utility as well. MDT still MDT just somehow just manages to stay at around a penny somehow. I don't know how it does it while everything else starts dumping, right? But there's some cryptos out there that just stay at around a penny and don't even go lower than that. Rose is one of them. MDT is one of them. Interesting stuff. BDP, Big Data Protocol, at a penny, 80 million supply. I'll say this as politely as possible. You'd have to be a monk or a Hmong to buy Velo over TIBBIR. This is financial advice. There you go. He was right all along. We got SHX at 005. What a tremendous opportunity, though. What else? Dragon Chain at 008. TIBBIR at 8 cents. I mean, these are the ones that are really sticking out to me. 006 XX Network. Still love XPX at 0003. Loved it when it was at 0002. Now it's kind of made gains if you were buying at 0002. But XPX, man, acknowledged as a end-to-end CBDC text print winner by the BIS, the Monetary Authority of Singapore, the G20, right? People sleeping on this project big time. We're enjoying it before we get into the year of the sun coming up here in 2026. Everything is down about 80% from the all-time high. Can't be much further to go, dude. And some of them are already 99% down, or some of them are even plus that, right? So you're right. Like, how much further down in the bottom are we going? Right? Before the nice little relief rally, at least. Give us a nice little relief rally, at least, man. Please. Clanker for $30. Damn. Guys, shout out to everybody here. And once again, thanks for the support through the donations, JF Remix and Mix. It helps us keep doing what we're doing here. Helps us get freaking StreamYard eventually and start streaming out to X as well. And, connect with the DGens through the X, because I know a lot of DGens are in on the X over there. I know a lot of DGens are in on Telegram and Discord and stuff like that. I'm not too big of a, I'm trying to be I'm a person who wants to unplug as much as possible, right? So, oh, give me a second. I got something. I'm sorry, guys. I'm parked next to people here, so they're okay. Never mind. They're not coming out of their car. So anyways, we continue. But yeah, I'm trying to unplug as much as possible, but trying to do the right things where we can continue to stream and hang out with the Blue Foundation and talk, esoteric, talk crypto, right? Keep it crypto. I caught Moltbook at 100K. Wait, what does that even mean? 100K, like, in price? Like, Moltbook went to 100K per and you were able to cash out? Or you were able to get 100K Moltbook, 100K Moltbook profits? That'd be interesting. Gee, do I need Doge for F assets down the road? This is a great question, AM Wood. I mean, dude, Doge doesn't look like it's going to be going away, right? Doge doesn't look like it's going to be going away at all. F assets are going to continue to roll out, right? There's going to be more F assets. So you're probably right. Maybe to get just ready to freaking start staking your Doge. I hate to say it. I kind of hate to say it, man. I hate to say it because I don't really believe, but hey, I just have a really bad history with Doge. I used to own millions of them when it was a joke. Unfortunately, it didn't hold. Fortunately, it didn't hold, man. 100K market cap. You got Moltbook when it was 100K market cap. Bravo to you, brother. Bravo to you, man. You got Amazon representatives talking about Moltbook. This is big. This is, Moltbook is coming out during a very interesting time, is all that I don't want like to FOMO into it, but I think it came out during an interesting time during this like epic bear cycle, right? A lot of cryptos that are going to make a major impact came out during this bear cycle of this past 5 years, right? A lot of cryptos that, we don't know what SUI looks like in terms of a bull cycle. We don't know, what TIBBIR is going to do during a bull cycle. We don't know what Zahao is going to do during a bull cycle. We have all these new cryptos that came out in the past 5 years, man. Yeah, BSL, let's go. Bank Social. Very book, very line, very road, very town. Let's go. Ford spanking? What? What do we got? What are we talking about? Ford spanking. Angus Scrim in the house. But yeah, Doge. I mean, I hate to say it, dude. How hard is it to get 1,000 Doge now? How hard is it to get like 1,000 Doge? What's the price of 1,000 Doge? 100K market cap is a 6 snipe. Yeah, that is a good snipe. I mean, we're over here with XPX trying to get it at 1 million market cap. Geez, 100K market cap? Look at you. What's the market cap for Regent right now? REGENT. What's the market cap for Regent right now? I don't think it's at 100K. I think it's probably a little bit higher, but it might be around that same price, though. I feel like it's under 1 million price for Regent. A0X is an interesting one as well to keep an eye out for. But yeah, dude, especially with something like Moltbook, I think Moltbook is going to be here to stay. I think Moltbook is going to continue to rise. I think Banker, BANKR, is going to continue to rise. I think these are developments to definitely keep an eye out for. What's the SHIB Doge ratio now? Oh my God. How much SHIB to Doge ratio should we have? How much Pepe should we have? Should we start just loading up on meme coins at this point? Let's get some Doge Lumens and DOGSTAR in the XLM ecosystem. Let's get some GIB or JIB over in the HBAR ecosystem. Let's get some spice over in the Cosmos ecosystem. IOTA, yeah, gotta love the Internet of Sensors, Internet of Things technology, without a doubt. AXL, dude, AXL, they've done a great job, Topsy, of making. Hey, they've fudded me out of AXL. They've done a good job. They've done a good job with the mind games on AXL, right? Circle acquiring the development team, but hey, they're still connected to a ton of blockchains. They're still an interoperability play, right? Oscar meme coin, Zeus, getting some Zeus, right? Electronium, ETN. So many damn cryptos. So little time, man. So little time. Guys, shout out to the 25 viewers, 20 likes. That's awesome. I appreciate the support. Shout out to everybody who's donated. Shout out to JF Remix. Shout out to Mix. And once again, guys, in the description below, other ways to help out. We have our wallet addresses there. We also have our Cash App. If you guys want to donate through Cash App, it is gdlt.589, $gdlt589, $gdlt589 for Cash App. Very, appreciate it with any coffee money that anybody donates. Much love to all of y'all. And shout out to Quincy for doing the Cash App donation in one of our last streams out there. Appreciate you, brother. We got Able at 9 cents, 225 million supply. We got EGLD at around $4 with the 29 million supply. You got Quant with its low ass supply, right? You got Index Coop with a 10 million supply at 29 cents. You got BDP at a penny at 80 million supply. Abel, it's ABEL. ABEL, they got connections with the XX network. They're acknowledged as a post-quantum resistant technology. They look pretty interesting, without a doubt, man. Without a doubt. Which donation do you keep the most of yourself? What do you mean? What do we mean by that, Patsy? Which donation do you keep the most of yourself? I'm trying to figure out what that... Do you mean like to spend towards the channel, or to spend towards crypto, or to spend for myself? Oh, I see. YouTube keeps a percentage. I would say for every $10, I get probably about 8. Let's say that. So they get like $2 out of every 10 that I make, right? I feel like that's probably the ratio there. I can remember fading Solana before Sol here. I mean, Solana, dude, I'm kind of hoping we can get a $25 or $30 Solana. That would be amazing. That would be out of this world if they gave us an opportunity at Solana. I mean, they're already taking it under $100. That's already a value, right? So I'd be interested to see what happens with Solana if it ever comes back to the $50 range, right? I might have to start buying some Sol. Even though it's inflationary, I might have to start buying. I'll probably focus on like Solana assets that are deflationary, right? I'll probably start looking at, Solana assets that are around in the ecosystem instead of adding to the Solana bags. I'll probably add to Jupe, right? JUP. Might go into Jupe. I go into Radium, right? Might get some more Amico, right? Can't forget the digital twin crypto. CYAI, Spore. Spore is 000100 for an AI economy on the Solana ecosystem, right? So which donation type do you give the highest percentage of? Is there a big difference? I mean, everything is super chat, right? So the best way that I can get the most out of the donation is probably through Cash App or probably through wallets, right? Just crypto donations through wallets, right? Through Coinbase ID or, through the Ethereum address or my XPX addresses. But yeah, probably once again, it's $gdlt589. It's all lowercase for GDLT. $gdlt589 for the Cash App. But yeah, I mean, either way, you lose money from a partial amount of the money somehow, some way from these donations. It just is what it is. When you had those NFTs on Phantom Wallet, oh man, dude, what is even going down with those NFTs? Those poor NFTs, dude. I'm happy I've sold some of the Portal NFTs. I remember when we were freaking just flipping NFTs, man. I remember when we got so in, we were so early with Solana that we got to get in early on Magic Eden, their NFT marketplace, and freaking find some interesting projects in there that we were able to flip their NFTs. It was freaking amazing. And now we have some NFTs that are completely worthless in our Solana wallet, without a doubt. 589, let's go. My loss. Yeah, no, it's all good. Mix. It all comes back around, right? YouTube taking 20% and government wanting 30 is brutal. Dude, exactly, man. They just like set you up to freaking lose every freaking time. There's like no way to win in this system. It freaking sucks. The only way to win is to own digital assets and wait for them to freaking utilize them at a full potential. And that's what they're setting up. They're setting up this digital financial system. They're setting up a digital identity system. They're setting up everything, digital tracking system, right? Hell, now you can find your lost dog. Did you guys see, dude, the ring, right? The ring is another circle symbolism right there. But the freaking Ring cameras commercials that we saw during the Super Bowl. I mean, I can't stop talking about the subliminals that are from that Super Bowl. Was just so flooded with so much circle symbolism, Ring of Fire symbolism, Phoenix symbolism, AI invasion symbolism. What else? Freaking androids coming into the fold. Dude, did you guys see the vodka androids commercial that freaking were drinking blood? Like, are you freaking kidding me? Oh, but that's supposed to be like a, a martini cocktail, G. Why did it have to be red? Why did it have to be a red martini cocktail? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. D Curry coming on through, man, continuing the donation train for the stream. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for dropping the $5 bomb. Yeah, Able is looking good, man, with that supply and that price. You got XX Network following them and them looking like a pretty legit quantum resistant, crypto. Able not looking too bad, right? Debt slavery, it is what it is, man. That's how they keep doing. I mean, dude, this is why we want to try to keep our, quit one of our freaking jobs, man. GDLT on XRPL, let's go. Dude, we found a way that we could do the airdrop, right? If we did a new GDLT token release through First Ledger, we found a way where we could still give, the amount, to anybody who holds GDLT currently, they can just send me to my address, right? The old GDLT token, the old amount, and then I would send to their address the new GDLT token. So it could be a 1-for-1 swap, which is awesome. Need more XPX. Zilliqa, dude. I haven't heard about Zilliqa in a long, long time, man. Got to look into Zilliqa. Zilliqa with its sharding is still pretty impressive, right? But I got to definitely take another look at Zill and see what it's been up to. Neo is a sleeper, right? Neo is definitely a sleeper, man. That's a dino crypto that people are sleeping on big time. Theta, right? Theta is another one, right? But we can list off all these freaking cryptos, but what are the ones that are tackling like some of the most difficult layers, the ones that are actual blockchains, the ones that are providing, NIST, very compliant technology, right? Focused on compliant, right? Yeah, need more XPX. Dude, XPX, man, 0003 still. XPX, man, I'm hoping they just keep it in the 000s like this whole year, low-key, because I want to just like stack up. I want to try to get to like high numbers of some XPX. I doubt that they're going to keep it at 000s this whole year, but I'll freaking try to enjoy every moment of 000s XPX that I can, man, right? I definitely think we found something here that the whole rest of the crypto space is sleeping on massively. And you see a lot of people who do a lot of deep diving and a lot of support for projects out there. Dude, hell, they'll make excuses and do push goalposts for a lot of projects, right? That don't even have the same type of weight that XPX has, the same type of receipts that freaking XPX has, right? So I'm interested to see, what's going to go down here. With Sirius chain in 2026, they released their storage mainnet in 2025. They released a wallet in 2025 near, in August, right? So I'm excited to see what they got going down in 2026, man. If this thing turns out to be something, right? Once again, my $5 is, I'm okay with losing it. So like I get thousands of XPX of a 9 billion supply. Proof of stake freaking crypto. You prove yourself to me that you're this CBDC freaking tech sprint giant, right? You prove yourself to me, man, right? I'm never going to put in more than I can afford to lose. on any of these freaking projects to begin with, especially XPX. XPX is super high risk, but damn it, dude, it's ISO 20022 compliant. It's focused on neo-banking. Dude, it was talking about neobanks back in 2018. Like, they knew this thing was going to, they knew neobanks like freaking Chime and all these things were going to be a thing, man. They knew it. Right? G-Zills. Yeah, G-Zills, right? Zilliqa. Trying to be an XPX whale. Ooh. That, dude, I mean, that's more than a milli, I think, right? That's more than $1 million, man. And even getting $1 million is pretty impressive for XPX, bro. Even getting $1 million XPX is pretty damn impressive, man. I mean, that starts to go into more than I can afford to lose type of territory when I start going, you know, if I get to $1 million or more, right? But that's just me personally, man. Like, you know, to me, $300 means a lot. To some, that's freaking throwaway money. That's coffee money to others, right? There's probably a green giant in here, or, you know, blue wrench in here or something, or somebody who watches this show that has like 10 million XPX easily, like, no worries. Congrats to them. You know, congrats to them for being able to have 10 million XPX. Like, holy crap. Like, what's your life gonna be like if this thing breaks out of freaking triple zeros? Holy crap. Already got more than $1 million. Oh my god, Topsy. Dude, I wouldn't be sharing my bags like that, man. But damn, congratulations to you, dude. She is Moonfeather. XPX has been having some nice price action. Hey, man, from 0002, we got to take advantage. Who knows if we see 0002s again? We may not. It's a low market cap crypto. The volatility is very high. It could go back to 0002s. But I'm enjoying, you know, 0002, 0003 range for as long as I can. We saw this thing at 0008 not too long ago, you guys. We got to see this thing rise on up to 0008, you know, from 0001. I'm excited to see if it's maybe just finding a new low, creating a new higher low. That's what we want, that higher low. Let's freaking go. Yeah, dude, 1 million XPX is 1/9,000th of the total supply. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad at all, man. I'll take it. ZBEC network. Oh man, that makes me wish that ZBEC was back at the 000s again. Makes me wish SHX was back at the 000s again. I'm a shot caller. There we go. Swish. Let's go. Kobe. Topsy just freaking doing a fadeaway jumper going, Jordan. Right? It's a small room with a lot of oxygen. Isn't there a crypto called Oxygen as well? Whatever went down with that crypto? What happened to that crypto? What happened to waves? Right? I will manipulate markets. That's the mentality, dude. Topsy, that is the tiger mentality. How are you not a green giant, man? How are you not a green giant with that type of mentality, man? We are going to manipulate markets without a freaking doubt, dude. We're going to be flipping the switch on February 17th, man. We're going to be owning a majority of the XX network supply the longer they keep it at 006. Are you freaking kidding me? 006 with like a 960 million total supply? So be it then. We're going to freaking control the majority of XX network. Dragon Chain at 433 million supply at 008. We'll take advantage of the whole Dragon Chain ecosystem. We already have the SHX ecosystem under our belt, right? We'll freaking just run these markets, man. Let's just do it. We're going to run XX Network. We're going to run XPX. We're going to run freaking Dragon Chain. We're going to run SHX. We'll run XYO. We got that in the 000s, right? We'll run ZBEC. We got that in the 000s, right? Let's just run the whole freaking market, man. Let's just do it. Is that the switch date? No, that's for our switch. That's when we're going to be pretty satisfied with our bags as a blue foundation here, that it's like, hey, you know what? It's time to start making some gains. It's time to start making some gains. Let's freaking go. Right? February 17th is the Chinese New Year. We go into the Fire Horse year. I'm not going to say the Fire Horse is going to be raging into the new year with freaking gains. Right? Hell, we may get a Black Swan catalyst that happens soon after. Right? I definitely think they're going to try to give us a relief rally before they freaking do the Black Swan catalyst dump. Right? But, you know, from there on, it's the year of the Fire Horse in Aquarius. Let's freaking go. Right? The year of the sun. Thoughts on Tangem? I like Tangem. Topsy, you're a blue wrench. I'll give you a free question to answer there. Right? You know what we're doing for 2026, man. 2026, you know, any questions from blue wrenches or non-green giants, right? Just a simple super chat donation to help us, keep moving forward, help us keep doing what we're doing. I'll look into any crypto that you ask, or I'll freaking answer the question that you're asking, or I'll, do some more, research into a certain thing. But yeah, Tangem, I like. Tangem's air gapped. I like being able to store my digital assets on Tangem. I like, I'm cool with storing on anything, really, any cold storage, in my opinion, as long as I have my freaking private keys. That's the most important thing, is having the possession of your private keys. You are the ultimate storage, right? That's all I care about, is like, as long as I'm storing my private keys the way correctly and doing it my way, right? Whether it's on Decent, whether it's on EliPal, whether it's on Tangem, right? It's always about owning your private keys. Paper wallet. Hell, gold coin wallet. There's gold coins that have a QR code that you could store crypto on. Did you look into DEVVE? I feel like I did, man. I feel like I did. But I didn't remember too much of it, so it must have not been that good, my man. But I'll look at it again, brother. I mean, you're getting another answered question, dude. Hopefully you realize the kindness, man. Shout out to you, Topsy. I appreciate you, man. But we're trying to really do something new here for the, you're getting a lot of questions answered, for free now. I mean, it was like that for 9 years, man. But for 2026, we're really trying to move forward, based on, if you're a green giant, we're answering any questions you have for however long you're a green giant. If you're a blue wrench or a gray, just a simple super chat donation coming our way to help us stay afloat, help us keep doing what we're doing, help us get into a studio, right? So any more questions, Topsy, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to answer without a super chat donation. It's just the way that we're doing it for 2026. If you sign up to be a green giant, though, it's only $1.99 for our smallest one, and you can get all your questions answered, man. So I appreciate you. But yeah, I'll write down DV just for you, my dude, because I know you've been supporting for a long time, right? Wrapped my iron. Nice. Got to be safe. There we go. Got to make it work for us. Debbie has got to be a deep red. It took a dump. Big dump. Okay. Tim Shea in the house. Shout out to everybody here. Much love to all of y'all. But yeah, I'll take a look more into DEVVE. But I think I'd looked at it before, man. But I don't know if I was like, I guess I just forgot about it. There's a lot of cryptos I'll do like, some research into. And if they don't really, impress me initially, then, because usually if it impresses me, I keep talking about it, right? Things like Naoris impresses me, right? With what Naoris is building, right? Their post-quantum identity for machines, right? Making sure the machines, before it even gets to the agent level, before it even gets into the weeds of the machine, right? You need that permission. You need verification, right? Machine-to-machine verification is massive. So Naoris, very, very excited for Naoris. QuanX, highly, compliant, project that is, aligned with the NIST standards. XPX, of course, full stack tech, right? I talk, like, when I get into the, if I look into a crypto or a crypto that the Blue Foundation tells me about, I start really getting into it, right? I start getting pretty excited about it. Naoris is at 2 cents, 4 billion supply. Topsy, is it X402? I don't think it needs to do X402. It's cybersecurity focused and machine, more about machines, not about agents. It's not about the AI agents. X402 is for AI agents. Naoris is a post-quantum resistant blockchain that is about cybersecurity at the machine level, machines verifying each other with AI swarm technology. Yeah, it's supposed to be like the underlayer to everything. Like blockchains need this. Like blockchains, dude, you already have Base and Ethereum in the past 2 weeks investing in post-quantum resistant, research. So this is a serious thing that's building, and XX Network is in the front of the line. Naoris is in front of the line. QuanX is in front of the line. These post-quantum resistant cryptos are going to have their day in the sun, and there's not that many, right? Able, ABEL. Quantum resistant ledger, QRL, right? There's not that many. And they're privacy focused, right? They're about security above all, right? But Naoris, man, big time. How is your stream flow? What does that mean? What do we mean with that? Mix. TIBBIR is not listed on X402 or ERC 8004 scans. NDA in place. Ooh, wee. Yeah, Naoris and QuantX, man, liking those two big time. But Naoris, man, you know, you jump into the rabbit hole on that one. This one's looking very impressive, man. This one's looking like an absolute necessity. This isn't an if, but when, right? Type of looking type of, like, you know, it's looking like it's trying to be that fabric that's underneath it all, man. You know, right at the machine level, before the machine does anything, it needs to be a secure machine to use, because if the machine is compromised, then the agents using it are compromised, the blockchains using it are compromised, like anything built in these machines, right? Naoris is like a boring version of TIBBIR, but not competitor. Oh, dude, they're complementary, if anything. They're very complementary, right? But in a way, you have to go through Naoris first before you can even get to the TIBBIR layer, right? Which is very interesting, right? But yeah, Naoris, I mean, it is boring, right? The thing with Naoris, it is boring until it's not, until it starts to become, you know, absolute necessity with cybersecurity. But I'm very much excited to see where Naoris is going to go. They got interesting collaborations and acknowledgments from, you know, from banks and, you know, government partners, and, you know, very NIST aligned cryptographic standards as well. I like using NIST cryptographic standards as a way to kind of find some of these real blockchain projects versus, you know, others that are saying that they're great with security and compliance, but yet they have no NIST standardization approval or, you know, cryptographic standards that are aligned with it. But yeah, Naoris at 2 cents, 4 billion supply, gotta love it, right? You got TIBBIR at 8 cents, 1 billion supply, gotta love it. You got WLD, right? That's like our identity layer stack right there, those three: TIBBIR, Naoris, and WLD. WLD for human identity verification. You got TIBBIR for agentic identity verification. Then you got Naoris for machine verification. Gotta love it. But anyways, guys, that's the hour. I appreciate you guys tuning in for stream 2 today. Once again, thanks for the donations to everybody here. Much love to D Curry, JF Remix, Mix. Guys, appreciate you guys donating to the channel, and thanks for everybody donating your attention and time to this channel. I am so grateful to all of y'all, guys. We try to keep it crypto. We try to talk as many deep reds as we possibly can on the daily. It's amazing opportunities. It's an amazing time to be bullish while everybody is bearish and low sentiment and crying, right? The people who are crying and low sentiment right now are going to be the same people who are chasing the pump when it turns green and asking a bunch of questions. Hey, should I still get in on this? Should I still get in on that? Is it too late to be in on this? Does it have a little bit more juice? All that type of stuff, right? While we're going to be here celebrating and having good times, man, you know, because we were tigers that freaking pounced on deep red opportunities when we saw them, and we didn't invest more than we can afford to lose. We always have ammunition in the freaking tank. Sam Altman's christening, Mickey Malko was there. Let's freaking go. OpenAI and TIBBIR. Love it. Love it. Guys, shout out to everybody for the support. Bloopity bloop, Silver Days, JF Remix. You guys are awesome. Thanks for tuning in for stream 2 today. Hopefully I see you guys tomorrow. Thanks so much for the support. We try to stream daily over here on this channel, so, you know, it means the world, guys. We're shadow banned as heck, and every little bit of light helps us keep doing what we're doing here, helps us move forward, helps us grow into a studio, getting a computer, getting a nice mic, getting good sound quality, video quality, sharing screens, sharing the charts, sharing the information instead of me having to keep it in this freaking noggin all the freaking time. So I appreciate y'all. Much love to the Blue Foundation, much love to the Green Giants, and thank you to the Deep Red Alliance. The future is distributed ledger technology, and the future is bright. Our future is bright. We got the golden eyes, and we keep it crypto. I'll see you guys in Blue Castle. Much love. Adios.